Welcome to a 10-day journey through the western part of northern Italy, where we'll move from the Ligurian coast to the lakes and historic cities of Lombardy and Emilia-Romagna. This route starts and ends in Genoa. We're traveling by train or car, by ferry, and on foot, seeing some of the greatest highlights of these special regions. The itinerary is designed for travelers who want full days with purpose, balancing well-known landmarks with quieter towns, scenic walks, and local food traditions. Each day focuses on places and activities that unwrap these regions beyond their postcard views. Let's get going! Genoa is the birthplace of Christopher Columbus, so there'll be a maritime focus to time spent in this captivating city. Begin in Genoa's Old Town on Via Garibaldi and its many Palazzi dei Rolli, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These 16th-century residences were built to impress visiting foreign dignitaries. Today, many are museums or host public events, or are open to the public on the semi-annual Rolli Days. They feature spectacular staircases, courtyards, and richly decorated interiors with frescoes and stucco. Try to see a couple of these impressive palaces. Then, go down to the Corrughi, a labyrinth of narrow medieval streets designed to confuse invaders. Getting lost in Genoa's historic center leads you to hidden piazzas, churches, and unexpected cultural gems. Next, see the Cathedral of San Lorenzo, identified by its striped marble facade. Inside, you'll find a museum that houses a glass bowl, believed by some to be the dish used at the Last Supper. End your first day at Piazza dei Ferrari, the city's main square. Admire the grand fountain and then look for a restaurant that features pesto. Genoa is the birthplace of pesto, so it's a must-try here. Start day 2 at the monumental cemetery of Stagliano, an open-air sculpture gallery and a record of 19th-century urban society. The cemetery's arcaded corridors and terraced hillsides are lined with detailed marble monuments that depict family life, professions, and social status. It's one of Europe's most distinctive cemeteries. Then, head to the Porto Antico, the city's storied harbor. Ride the Bigo panoramic lift. This modern observation structure is inspired by traditional port-loading cranes. It provides rotating views over the harbor basin and the old town. If you have time, visit the Genoa Aquarium, a fun and engaging place that boasts the richest display of aquatic life in Europe. You'll experience tropical seas, rainforests, coral reefs, and polar regions, which together house around 12,000 animals and 400 species. It's not just for kids. In the evening, find your way to Boccadas, a charming, old-world fishing village known for its colorful houses and cobblestone lanes. Stroll Corso Italia, a lively seafront promenade, and have dinner at one of the many waterfront restaurants. On day 3, head by train to Cinque Terre, a group of 5 walkable villages with dramatic coastal scenery, all connected by train, boat, and hiking trails. Begin on Via Colombo in Riomaggiore, the southernmost Cinque Terre village. This main street is lined with tall, vibrant houses rising directly from the small harbor. Don't miss the waterfront, where fishing boats and stone piers highlight the village's maritime heritage. Or climb toward Castello di Riomaggiore, a medieval fortress built to defend the village from coastal raids. From Riomaggiore, walk the Via dell'Amore, the short coastal path to Manarola, if open. The trail passes terraced vineyards and presents multiple sea viewpoints. In Manarola, spend time in the small squares and narrow alleys above the harbor, where houses rise directly from the cliffs. Take the train to Corniglia, the only village perched above the sea. Climb the Larderina staircase from the station to reach the village center. Wander through its ancient streets lined with stone houses and small piazzas. End the day here, enjoying the quieter, elevated atmosphere of Corniglia. Start day 4 at the Corniglia Vernazza Trail, a winding path that curls through terraced vineyards and olive groves. Along the route, stop at viewpoints looking back toward Corniglia and forward to Vernazza. You could also take the train from Corniglia. In Vernazza, arrive at the small harbor, and then stay on the path to Doria Castle, a fortress built to defend against seaborne attacks. The castle's ramparts provide expansive views over the village rooftops, the marina, and the surrounding cliffs. Roam the streets leading inland from the harbor, passing colorful houses, cafes, and inviting piazzas. From Vernazza, continue north to Monterosso al Mare, the largest village. Spend some time on the old town streets such as Via Roma. Here, the flat layout contrasts with the steep villages to the south. Step into the San Giovanni Battista Church, known for its striped facade and interior. Then go along the beachfront promenade at Fagina Beach, the largest and most accessible beach in the area, with clear water and lots of sand. End the day at one of the many beachside restaurants or cafes. On day 5, leave Cinque Terre for Santa Margherita Ligure, a compact coastal town that's a foot-friendly introduction to the Ligurian coast and worth a short visit. Start along the waterfront promenade, passing the marina and ferry docks before continuing inland to Villa Durazzo. Pause at the terraced gardens behind the villa for elevated views over the harbor and town roofs. From Santa Margherita, travel by car, local transport or boat to Portofino, the stunning center of the Italian Riviera. Start at the main harbor, where tightly clustered pastel buildings frame boats and yachts. Stroll the waterfront path to see classic port infrastructure and fishing boats still in use. Take in the area behind the harbor, lined with boutiques and cafes that steer you upwards toward Castello Brown. Its walls, towers, and terraces deliver breathtaking views over the harbor, surrounding cliffs and open sea. Visit the Church of San Giorgio for another elevated viewpoint, then work your way toward the Faro di Portofino lighthouse, which marks the tip of the peninsula. Have dinner at Piraghi Bay, a small cove near the village, famous for its clear blue water and dramatic cliffs. Be sure to have some focaccia, as its origins are in the Ligurian region. In the morning on day 6, head on to the Portofino Regional Park trails, which wind along cliffs above the Ligurian Sea. Follow the marked coastal paths towards San Frutuoso, a small cove in the town of Camogli. Arrive at the Abbey of San Frutuoso, a small monastery tucked into a secluded cove only accessible by foot or boat. Take time to visit the cloister and church, followed by the cobbled paths around the abbey and its tiny harbor. Return by boat to Portofino, enjoying a protected stretch of coast. In the afternoon, make the 2.5-hour journey to Parma, shifting inland from the Ligurian coast into the Po Valley. You'll have time to amble along Strada Cavour and Strada Farini, two pedestrian streets that define Parma's walkable center. Day 7 is all about exploring Parma, a charming city known for its art, architecture, and culinary tradition. Start at Parma Cathedral, a Romanesque church with an elaborate design and frescoed interior. Don't miss Correggio's celebrated Assumption in the Dome, a defining work of the city's artistic heritage. Adjacent is the Baptistery of Parma, a pink marble octagonal building with frescoes and detailed sculptures illustrating medieval craftsmanship. Roam past Piazza Garibaldi to Palazzo della Pilotta. This 16th-century complex houses galleries, libraries, and the Farnese Theatre, a beautiful structure with unique design. Then make your way to Parco Ducale, a peaceful nature stop where tree-lined paths and elegant fountains offer a refreshing break from the city streets. In the afternoon, explore Parma's food markets for the city's most famous specialties, such as Parmigiano Reggiano, Prosciutto di Parma, and Tortelli d'Erbetta. Be sure to stop for tastings. End the day with a visit to Teatro Regio, Parma's famous opera house which illustrates the city's musical significance. Check their calendar to see if there's a performance that appeals to you. On day 8, continue exploring Parma with a visit to Santa Maria della Steccata, a Renaissance church admired for its richly decorated interior and elegant frescoes. For something different, the Castello dei Burattini has one of Italy's most extensive collections of traditional puppets and marionettes. The nearby Labirinto della Masone, a vast art and nature park featuring the world's largest bamboo labyrinth, is another interesting alternative. In the afternoon, depart for Italy's Lake District, a scenic journey of approximately 2 hours. Our destination is the less touristy or crowded Lake Iseo, a crystal-clear lake whose shores are dotted by several medieval towns. Head to the center of Iseo town. Be sure to see Piazza Garibaldi, the old Affredi Castle, and the waterfront trails that let you see the lake from multiple angles. Time permitting, Use local trains to travel to different towns for a robust appreciation of the area. In the morning on day 9, board a ferry to Monte Isola, the largest lake island in Europe and a no-car zone. Wander through Peschiera Maraglio, the island's main village, with its narrow streets and lakeside docks. Stop at San Michele Church, a small village church, or hike to Rocca Martinengo, the medieval fortress overlooking the harbor. Then, take in smaller villages such as Siviano, and follow the paths to the Santuario della Madonna della Ceriola, located at the island's highest point. From here, enjoy unobstructed views over Lake Iseo, the surrounding hills, and the Alps. In the afternoon, make your way to Bergamo, about an hour away. Head first to Città Bassa, the lower town, where elegant Renaissance squares, museums, and theaters showcase the city's modern cultural life. Visit the Accademia Carrara, home to an outstanding art collection. Then browse the shops and soak up the lively atmosphere along Via Ventican Settembre, Bergamo's main street. For dinner, try Bergamo's signature dish, casoncelli alla bergamasca, a savory stuffed pasta delight. Spend your last morning exploring Bergamo's Città Alta, the medieval upper city. It's connected to the lower city by a funicular. Begin at Piazza Vecchia, the heart of the historic center, surrounded by the Palazzo della Ragione and the Campanoni Bell Tower. Climb the tower and then admire the Contarini fountain. Continue to the Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore, entering through the side doors to see its intricate design, tapestries, and wooden choir stalls. Then, step next door to the Cappella Colleoni, recognized for its patterned marble facade and highly decorated interior. Walk along the Venetian city walls, a UNESCO site. Built in the 16th century, they offer a continuous elevated path with sweeping views over Bergamo, giving a clear sense of how the city is divided between medieval upper town and modern lower town. Finish at Rocca di Bergamo, a hilltop fortress set within a small park, previously used for defense and surveillance. Then, make the 2.5-hour journey back to Genoa for your return connection home. Over 10 days, you've moved from coastlines to hill towns and lakeside communities, discovering historic streets and using local transport to see how modern daily life exists, alongside centuries-old architecture. Northwestern Italy is best understood by moving steadily between places, noticing how landscapes and towns change along the way. This journey offers a deeper understanding of the regions visited. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who enjoy realistic itineraries designed for travelers who value movement, context, and manageable pacing. See you in another Travel Top 10 video, where we'll spend 10 days in a different region of Europe.